let's see. The eggs have this. All right, chicken's fed. Move some I am Samani outdoors. Be good till later. And then we gotta let some other chickens in their coop, lock them down. But I am about to go ahead and do some camos. Let's go ahead and whip a bunch of these things out, right? So I might as well start on. Actually, I gotta finish. There's one gun right here. It was tweaking. This one. It wouldn't let me like 60 round for this camo here. It just stopped counting. Get 100 kills with a field upgrade. While field up, get 100 kills while field upgrade is active with the Dravic 45. 100 kills while field upgrade is active. Field upgrade. I mean, I used the tactical mine for that. It's a field upgrade, but it wasn't working. Like it just stopped working. So I'm gonna do it real quick. And if it don't work, we'll have to figure that shit out. Use a different one. I don't know. It's gotta freaking work. But yeah, I got it set up how I want. So, see if we can get that to work. I only need 20 kills like that. Like, I should be able to get that in like a fucking few rounds to be realistic. No time. Alright. Take a rip. Honestly, I think though, I just like to feel the knife better. Well, I got two. They're the same. What's the food upgrade on these? 300 kills while pack a punch. Brain rot. Anything with brain rot's gotta wait. It's like 51, I think. So I should just be able to run this out all the way till I get Bloodstone. To be honest. Just run it out till I get Bloodstone. Bloodstone, what is it? I forget the requirements for it. It's like 20 or more consecutive kills without taking damage. That's what it is. So it's easy. So as long as it ain't like round 50 by the time I get here, we'll be straight. We got a double XP going on event or some shit again. So get up, come on, get down with the sinners. Tomahawk. Forgot I got Tomahawk from. Or I couldn't remember. Like I thought I did, but I wasn't sure. Reloading.
It's rare to find such spirited prey. Most of my quarry don't got much chase left in them. Deserter, zealot, scourge, sovereign, purified, flame. It don't matter. If you need a label, go ahead and call me Warden. I've got duties to attend to. Try not to get yourselves killed. I'll be working up an appetite.
Let me out. Jesus Christ. I need to be using my field upgrade. Duh. Round them up. Field upgraded. Grade it. Field upgrade it. Field upgrade them. Fuck them up. Oh shit, in my rarity. Alright, we'll just do this one field upgrade. Got it. And go get my ready. That should have been about 20 right there. That wasn't 20. I mean, come on. Like, I'm not gonna do this over and over like I did last time, just hoping it'll work. So, my rarity. I'll do it like 3 more times, probably 3 more times. If I don't get it by then, this shit's broke. And I got 80 of them, so it's like it wasn't. I mean, it has been working. It works, and then it just quit working. I'm not sure as to why. Or if I don't get it in like 2 or 3 rounds, what I'll do is I'll change to ether or something else, and then I'll try it with that. I mean, I don't know why it just like stopped working. Not ideal. That's bad enough. Yeah, I feel like I should already have it for sure. Just sort of jipping me here. I'll do one more. If I don't get it, I'm gonna switch to like something else, probably ether. But ether's not ideal because they run from you as soon as you go ether. So I'll have to shoot them while they're running away, but if it works, it works. I don't know why energy mine wouldn't work, but
let's see what you got left in the tank.
Alright, so if I pop it over here, they gotta run to me. Yeah, that I've definitely killed 20 at this point with a field upgrade active. Gotta do one more. I just go and switch. I mean, I just don't understand why it ain't working. I could do toxic growth. But it's kind of goofy. I need to do my second pack. Let's just do it real quick so I can mow them guys down. Get a good upgrade next round.
Watch me keep going.
Alright, so I need to pop this toxic growth somewhere. Throw a decoy. Pop it and throw a decoy. That's what I'm gonna do. Pop it over here. Run over here. Throw a decoy. Like that right there is probably 20 zombies. Honestly. Not sure how I hadn't got this camo. If it does this, like, it's gotta stop at some point, right? It's gotta work eventually. Try that one more time. I mean, what? Well, I don't know what else I could do here. If it don't work, it don't work. I'll just do some other shit. But I don't know why it's not giving me this camo.
I'd say fetch me their souls, but it's a little late.
Could do my rarity. Wouldn't hurt.
Just found another gear.
Where the heck that thing go? I heard a bear. There it is. I was about to say, I don't want this thing, but this. wonder what the toxic growth rest of there. It's hurting it. I see the skull. Oh shit, it's fucking it up, ain't it? Dang. Okay. Yeah, that's that same toxic growth I've had for a minute too. That bitch still there. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. Toxic growth. Decoy. Oh, decoy. Oh my goodness. I think it's messed up. It ain't gonna work. Maybe I should like save and quit and see if any progress has been made so I can just stop wasting time on it. If not, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Seems to be the most logical thing to do. I don't think it's working. I would have done had it if it was working. I only need 20. I know for a fact I've got well over 20. But there's no way I haven't. And I've used 2 different field upgrades. Definitely got over 20 with both. So it's like that one's just bugged out. But I don't know what bugged it out. Cause like, I got 80 of them. Yep, look, it's bugged. 82? Okay, it's definitely bugged out. What? Telling me I got 2 kills that game after while the field upgrade is active? While field upgrade is active with the... I ain't got nothing to say about that. I ain't got nothing to say about that. Besides, they need to fix this shit. That's stupid. Like, that actually annoys me. Like, I want to finish these damn things, but I can't because the fucking game is bugged up. God, that's annoying. Oh, I'm frustrated about that. It's so stupid. Like, I've been waiting days for this shit to get fixed so I could, like, finish this one gun to finish all these up. Oh, I have to finish this one gun so I can finish the rest of these on Bloodstone. But I can't because it's bugged. Like, get out of here, would you? It just don't make no sense. Fucking goofs. They need to fix their game, yo. It's not that hard to get a game to just work how it's supposed to fucking work. Or if it is, maybe they should not make... They need to get some better fucking developers or something, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Well, how can you finish doing camos when they're bugged out? Camos are bugged out. God, bro. These shotguns suck balls. Go ahead and do them though. Wait, this one's done. Just gotta do. Wait, they're all gold, right? Yes, I mean I just gotta do Bloodstone. Get 20 or more consecutive kills without taking damage. 5 times. So let's do that real quick. I need another water. Water. Gosh, I hate using these shotguns. Actually, I just hate using this shotgun. The other ones ain't too bad, to be honest. 16 rounds, a little bit better. A little more better. Because after I get this, I just got to get that one camo, which is called, I don't know what it's called. Doom's still on all of them. That one's not going to be too much fun. Sat and thought of a way to do it, like, sort of somewhat fast. Considering I got to do it on every freaking weapon in the game. But I don't know. I hadn't thought of that one. I have to really think about that. I need a way to spawn elites fast. Not necessarily, yeah, I mean, I just gotta figure out how to do it a fast way, right? Because I gotta get 10 elite zombies per gun. So 10 of those, let's see. The first one comes at like round 14-ish. It's always one. Next round 17 to 18, and it's usually one. That's only two. So around 19 to 20, you usually do get two. So that's four. Around 22, you'll get two again. That's 4, 5, 6. I guess it wouldn't take that long if you just even played regular games. I mean, one solid game about 30-ish to 40-ish rounds. My guess, 30 to 40 rounds roughly per gun. You'll have this camo done. So even without finding like a faster way, you could just play regular, and I don't think it'd be too crazy. Like a 30, 40 round game per gun. That's about 30-ish minutes per gun. So I mean, a little bit time consuming, but not too bad. And then for this one, I want to know what the hell it's gonna be. I just want to have this shit unlocked before Warzone drops. I'm mostly gonna play Warzone for a while. And I just want my camo. I'll come back to this with, like, when new zombie maps drop. I'll be back even before then, really. Just to like, I'll probably actually like give actual solid try to get maybe 999 since there's a calling card now. I know I can do it. But god dang, it's time consuming. You just gotta stay on point, but it's super time consuming. So my highest is like 709. And it's just like, it takes so fucking long to get high like that. But since they got a calling card now, that'd be pretty cool. And I'm not even a person that like gets all the calling cards. I don't even give a fuck about them, but that one's like so hard to get. It's like, fuck, kind of want to get it. Let me see why his dogs want it. What are you doing, Jerry?
Mind your step out there. This place don't suffer fools. And neither do I.
We're gonna get a full clip in it real quick. Need one more. One more. Alright, 20 kills without getting hit.
Any takers?
What are you doing up here?
That's right. Show me what you got. Lost cause. Something I know all about. Focal point of things over the years. Deserter, zealot, scourge, sovereign, purified, flame. It don't matter none. Need a label. You go ahead and call me Ward. Friends, I've got duties to attend to. Try not to get yourself killed. I'll be working on an appetite.
I reset. I was probably like 40 deep right there, maybe. Try to be like super careful. Try not to get hit. Just get these done super quick. And get this gun done super quick so I can move on to the next. So I just fly through these.
Let's see what you got left in the tank.
Decoy out. Anyone else want to be an annoying little shit?
I got bloodstone on this one. Nah, I can get hit as much as I want. Get around 11, probably just go ahead and exfil. Cool. Cool. All right, 3, 4. I can put another one. 5. Wait, is that it? Just 5, not 6. Got 6. All right, so I think same thing for this, bloodstone only. So 20 or more kills consecutively without taking damage. So let's do this one too real fast. Did I click the right shit? Did that time. Like sometimes the shotguns just don't do like hardly no damage to the damn thing. It's like what can you do? Things suck balls, man. Before you pack and punch them, then they're good.
Someone has anger issues. We can be friends.
Jeez, come on.
Well, look at you refusing to give up the ghost. I like me some feisty dinner guests. Sovereign, purified flame. It don't matter. Go ahead and call me but I got other fish to fry. I'll be seeing you.
The fuck happened to them? I've played this map many times now and I've never seen that shit happen. They just died. My bullet didn't even make it to him. I didn't even get a hit marker on him. Oh yeah, I was gonna play something to listen to while I'm doing this. Let's see, we'll do. I don't know nothing about. Let's just do this.
Like he hit this like this time.
From now on, I will be having full uncut videos of all my documentaries I release on my Patreon. For just $3 a month, we're going to get uncut raw videos the way that I intended to make them, because YouTube doesn't allow certain things because of their guidelines. The videos will also be ad-free, so you'll be able to enjoy the videos with no interruptions at all. You also will get access to our Discord community, a bunch of hip-hop heads talking about what we love the most. You'll get access to me the most on there, as well as the Diverse Mentality team. So go ahead and check us out at patreon.com/diverse mentality. The link is in the description below, and leave a like on this video. It helps us with our algorithm a lot. Appreciate it. Let's get into the video.
Why did you come up with the name King of Memphis? Like, why is this album named King of Memphis?
Cause really it's simple. You know what I mean? Like I've been taking care of my whole family since I was underage. Dolph a millionaire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Dolph got everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on. It's just I'm the one that's changing the game and changing it up. It ain't no this person the king of Memphis, none of that. You know what I mean? Like all my boys, we kings of Memphis. It's not called the king of Memphis, it's called king of Memphis. They want to get to me. I don't get to me. You know what I mean? Because can't nothing stop me. Only thing can stop me is me. You feel me? So it's like, ain't nobody else got control of me. You know what I mean? We sitting on top of the industry. We really doing what everybody want to do and wish they could do.
That's why it's just little life right now. That's why it's just through the roof right now. So we at the top, but we really from the bottom. You know what I mean? And I know that. You know, you gotta get it how you live, man. Everything don't stay the same forever.
Man, you gotta know what you're doing. This the rap game, but it really ain't nothing but the streets. You gotta play this game right.
You know, it feels like every few months we losing somebody else.
It's just a part of life right now. Whether we like it or not, it's a part of life.
Every once in a while, there's an artist that forever shifts a small market. And this artist was specifically from Memphis, Tennessee. He decided to do things his own way, on his own time, with his own money. And to believe in yourself so much that you turn down multi-million-dollar offers multiple times. You have to really believe in yourself and your vision to be able to deny yourself that kind of opportunity and money, especially coming from a smaller market area. It's very hard to execute on exactly what you want. On top of that, he did it his own way, and not many people can say that. Plus, he did it by helping out the people around him and made sure everyone was good. And of course, I'm talking about Memphis City's own Young Dolph. Young Dolph was born Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. on July 27, 1985. He was born in the south side of Chicago. By the time he became 2 years old, his family moved to Memphis, Tennessee. And of course, he reps Memphis all the time throughout his interviews and his music and throughout his whole life, because that's where he was raised, even though he was born in Chicago. He did visit Chicago during the holidays and during the summer. That's where his mom's side of the family was at. That's how his dad found out about his mom was in Chicago. But by 2 years old, they ended up moving to Memphis.
I was born in Chicago, but Memphis raised me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, really, I might have well been born in Memphis too. Like, my grandma came and got me, man, took me back to Memphis when I was 2-3 years old. In the Memphis ever since. Go back to Chicago for the summer, and it's like certain little different stuff to go pick and holler at my family. But like on Memphis made me, Memphis paid me, Memphis. Everything I ever did, bro. Like the streets of Memphis is what made me what I am.
And it wasn't Dolph's parents that ended up raising Dolph and his brothers and sisters. It was his grandmother. The reason why his grandmother raised them was because his parents were unfortunately addicted to crack cocaine. And because of this, they weren't consistent when it comes to raising Dolph and his brothers and sisters. They would be in and out in the streets and then at home. So his grandmother decided to take over.
Split your family up. My mother took the house from me. So we had to find somewhere to stay. Drugs was a problem.
He grew up in South Memphis, specifically in the neighborhood of Castalia, and he said growing up he saw crack cocaine at the age of 2 to 3 years old, and in those streets he saw a lot of violence and gang members, and realized at a young age he needed to stay focused on getting money so he could help his family get out of this bad situation. Growing up, he also dealt with ridicule from people because his parents were on crack cocaine and they weren't there to raise him.
But my shit was fucked up.
Why is that lagging
my
right
mom and
there?
dad, bro, was smoking out here bad, fucked up cocaine. You know what I mean? That was their era. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, my whole family, auntie, uncles, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I came from nothing, like really being around shit. You know what I mean? Hearing your family members saying how we pose, this, all that kind of shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Shit, 4, 5, 6 years old, bro, I was wanting money. You know what I mean? I'm saving change. I'm doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I need money. Like, it dawned on me early. You know what I'm saying? I knew earlier, bro, we need money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shit, mama can't do this, daddy can't do that. Grandmama raising me, and my little brothers Can't no old lady in no goddamn hood raise no 3 little boys, man. I mean, with in the environment full of drugs and gangs and all this shit. You see what I'm saying?
Facts,
so my whole thing was, hey, I'm finna turn this shit around. You know what I mean? Every goddamn crack baby or anybody in that position, you know, come in the world like that, what happened? Shit, they go down through there, have a hard ass life. Hell no, not me. I ain't with that shit.
As he got older, he realized his grandmother was getting older too. And since she was the glue of the family, once she passed, things would end up going bad. So he needed to stay focused and started hustling immediately in the streets in any way that he could. His grandmother instilled a lot of things in him. One of the things would be that stand on morals and principles and always give back to people.
The person that gave me all my game is my grandma. The reason why I'm rich is because of my grandma. The reason why I'm on top of game is because of my grandma. The reason why I don't trust nobody is because of my grandma.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm private and keep shit separate is like my business and family is because of my grandma. Like all this shit is confidential shit is from my grandma.
He said his grandmother would always be mean to him and tough on him, but he realized that it's because he's the oldest one and that he had to take on the responsibility of making sure the family was good after she passed away. So Dolph immediately started hustling in the early teens. His first hustle was cutting people's hair for $20 to $30. Although he was making decent money cutting hair, he realized the friends around him were making a lot more money being in the streets. So he got involved with his friends selling narcotics, but one thing that he was 100% against was selling cocaine, because that's the drug that ruined his family.
12 years old, I taught myself how to cut hair, ran up my first couple of $1,000 doing that shit. It's like I just didn't never, I just ain't never stopped, bro. Once I started when I was young as hell, I ain't never stopped, you know what I'm saying?
So while he got involved in the streets, he kept his head on a swivel and made sure he wasn't doing things too out of control, because everyone around him was also gang banging. Some were vice lords, some were GDs, and he realized that that's not the life that he wants to get into. He was mainly focused on getting money. He also knew his grandmother wouldn't approve of his choices, so whenever he did illegal street things, he would stay away from his grandmother's house and make sure she never saw. Unfortunately, she did end up finding out, and this is a moment in young Dolph's life he says he forever regrets and wish he could take back. At that moment, he was in the backyard of his grandmother's house dealing some stuff with friends. While there, his grandmother ended up arriving earlier to her house. She came in the backyard. He was surprised. He ended up stuffing some drugs in his shorts. When he turned around, the drugs fell through his shorts into the ground, and that's when his grandmother realized he was in the streets. Dolph says she was very disappointed, and the look in her eyes of disappointment is something that he's never going to forget.
So, like about this time, when I hit start, I got jumped in the street. I was doing little bullshit and shit. My whole thing was though, I was like, I never want my grandma to know. I just have shit outside around the house. I go from the side of the house over there and jump the gate and run in and out the out of the house, right? Man, I go jump the gate one day, go in the out of the house. I got some shorts on. The dog started barking. I'm like, why she barking? Grandma coming out the back door back here. I turn around, grandma right there. I'm trying to stuff all this shit in my pants, but I got on shorts, and this shit hit straight to the floor. She just started yelling and screaming. She the only person I really ever cared about what she say, what she think about me, just in and everything, you know what I mean? I ain't never want to let her down. I ain't never want that shit to be in her mind about me. This shit just made me cry. You know what I'm saying? Cause my grandma seeing this shit like, I'm like damn, man. I come out, jump the gate, get in the car, bang, shut the door. My niggas like, what's wrong with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, just pull out.
After that moment, he realized he needed to get into something that was legal, but that would help everyone around him. So he turned to something that he loved, which was music, and specifically an artist like Jay-Z as someone he was looking up to. He also looked up to Master P and the way he was doing things with business in the music industry, as well as his artist, C Murder. His childhood friends said that he always loved music. He wouldn't even have a TV in his room. He would instead have a radio and have that radio around him 24/7, bumping his head.
He one of our childhood houses. That nigga room right there. The nigga that had no but a goddamn radio in that motherfucker. He wasn't even putting no TV in.
No but a radio in that motherfucker.
I thought something was really wrong with it. I thought he would have crazy. Every time you come over here, The nigga be just in that motherfucker just bobbing his head and shit, you know what I'm saying, and writing and shit. I'm talking about this was every goddamn day for him, man. I don't know how long he did this shit. I'm like, damn, could lose me damn man. The whole time the little nigga was plotting though, you know what I'm saying? We just putting his moves together and shit, and trying to execute that shit as best as he could, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I thought that was hard. Boy,
yeah, I thought that nigga was
He still wasn't
retarded,
100% focused on the music. He was focused on the streets as well and trying to get
That shit
money
is funny.
any which way he could because at that time, the music wasn't paying. He was constantly writing songs though and making sure he got better and better as time went. One thing that sharpened his rapping skills a lot was meeting his friend Daddy-O at the age of 10 at a basketball court. Daddy-O was a lot older than young Dolph, but he ended up liking Dolph a lot and mentoring him and even freestyling back and forth with him to the point where the whole neighborhood knew they would rap battle each other. Everyone would gather around to hear them rap battle, and eventually people were telling young Dolph to drop a mixtape.
I met Dolph shooting basketball.
Oh, they finally hit
He
me.
was about 10
My first time
years
getting hit,
old.
I think I'll still get it around
Me and
7,
Danny always freestyle
8.
with bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit, rap, freestyle. And so all our partners will come around and they get the freestyle too, but everybody know like these niggas be dead serious freestyle against each other. You know what I'm saying? So everybody like, bro, you need to, man, go make a song. I got the bullshit, I'm like, bro, make a song. They like, man, we need to do this shit for real.
He was still heavy in the streets at this time, and even at the age of 16 was the first time he shot a gun. As time went on, Dolph would develop his rapping skills more and more. At the age of 23 years old is when something unthinkable to Dolph would happen. On March 5th, 2008, Dolph's grandmother ended up passing away of lung cancer. This moment would forever change Dolph and put a battery in his back to grind like never before. Dolph started dropping singles here and there to test the market and see if people actually liked his music. When Dolph really decided he wanted to become a rapper is when his friend invited him over to go hang out with Lil Boozy back in 2008. He had to realize Boozy was making so much money off rapping that there was no way that Dolph wouldn't rap.
It made me know that I can do this shit, but maybe like, I'm finna rap, I'm finna do this shit. One of my partners from my hood, he called me and was like, I'm finna ready to go pull up on Boost and smoke some weed with Boost and go over there. We get to the room. Like, Boost is like, he one of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is partner, like my boy, he go down to Baton Rouge, he got family down there, so he fuck with him hard. Like, Boost is just showing his ass, he was like, nigga, I remember I first started coming down here, I was getting like 1,500 or something, like, now I'm getting 15,000. He was like, nigga, I'm finna get that new Bentley when I get back to Baton Rouge. I'm finna this, I'm finna that. I was like, but we left. When the parking lot, I told my partner, I was like, bro, I'm gonna start rapping.
At that moment, Dolph started talking with Daddy-O, who was his business partner at the time, slash friend, slash partner that he would freestyle with all the time, and they came to a conclusion that they should call their record label Paper Route Entertainment. And just like that, Dolph had a whole team around him, pushing him to become one of the biggest artists out of Memphis. So in late 2008, Dolph dropped his first official mixtape called Paper Route Campaign, which featured 19 tracks. Now that there was an official mixtape out there of young Dolph, they needed to push it in the market and in the streets wherever they could. So at concerts that Dolph would perform at locally, they would hand out CDs left and right and just flood the streets with them. In fact, some people would actually throw them on the ground. They would come to that same club later that night once they're done performing, pick them up and hand them out the next day again. They would do it so many times that they ran into the same people they initially handed out the CDs to. And eventually those people got so annoyed by the fact that they kept getting this CD that they said, fuck it, I'm gonna listen to it. They put it into the car and they loved it. And eventually word spread around Memphis that Dolph was a rapper that had great music. So then he ended up booking a lot of shows around Memphis, and his buzz started growing bigger and bigger.
It says I connected on the left, so yeah, no shit, I've been here. What the fuck is going on?
Outside the club and backpack, everywhere you go, man, young Dolph, you gonna get.
Hopefully, just don't start getting like unstable.
You can try to turn your head and act like you don't.
I'm on round 9 and it's acting funny.
It's gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it
Out of
was.
nowhere.
I just expected this ground.
Dolph and his team pushed that Paper Route Campaign mixtape for the next 2 years, all over Memphis, and he even branched out to Atlanta because he knew at that time, and even now, Atlanta is the mecca of hip-hop. While out in Atlanta, he built relationships with club promoters and DJs that were big, such as DJ Scream, producers such as Zaytoven. He even built relationships with artists out there such as Gucci Mane, OJ the Juice Man, 2 Chainz, and more. So after those 2 years, they finally got ready to release Young Dolph's second mixtape. At this time, Dolph's name started spreading through Memphis to Atlanta and everywhere down south. Dolph even managed to get a major feature for the first time in his career from 2 Chainz, who at the time was going by the name of Titty Boy. Even though things were going great in terms of Young Dolph's career slowly starting to grow, he faced a lot of personal things in his life at this time as well, including getting into a car accident that almost took his life and losing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
We go to coming back from a video shoot with somebody, video shoot. I had to go do a video shoot with somebody. Just got back to Memphis. Dropped one of my partners off. We in the truck. He was driving. The one that was driving, we dropped him off. My cousin got up, smoked a cigarette, jumped right in the driver's seat. Jumped in the driver's seat. I promise on everything. It was less than 2 minutes. I don't know how he fell asleep that fast.
He fell asleep?
He fell asleep. Like he hit this, like this time, he fell asleep, went all the way to the podium.
Oh, wow.
This time, it's 4 of us. I'm like, damn.
Like a time round
Like,
2.
I'm talking about this time, I'm like, it's 4 of us. I know all 4 of us ain't finna get up and walk away from it all good, but by the grace of God, like we did.
That accident mixed with losing a lot of money made Dolph even more focused on his career. He quickly realized that being an artist, he could make tenfold the money that he lost very quickly. So on July 2nd, 2010, Dolph dropped his official second mixtape called Welcome to Dolph World, which was hosted by Atlanta's very own DJ Scream. After the release of this mixtape is when Dolph says people started taking him more seriously as a rapper. Because of the DJ Scream cosign and the 2 Chainz cosign, Dolph started doing a lot more shows and actually started getting some money for them, roughly $5,000 a show. However, he wanted to grow outside of Memphis, so he went to Atlanta and paid OJ the Juice Man $10,000 to open up for his show. And the money he got paid for that show, he just threw right back in the crowd, so the crowd would go crazy and it would make it seem like Dolph had a huge buzz when people were walking in that club in Atlanta.
I went to Atlanta. You know, I'm from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I drove to Memphis. Me and my homeboy, I went down there. I forgot how I even got Screen line. I got his line, I don't know from who it was. One of my partners in Atlanta. I can't even think just straight out the top. But I called Screen, you know what I'm saying? Screen was like, man, where you at? You feel what I'm saying? I pulled up on Screen, like shout out to Screen. You feel what I'm saying? When I got out with Screen, he was straight with it. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no beating around, no bush, wasn't no middleman, no nothing. Like we just went in. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him what I'm trying to do, what I need, all that, man. We put it together, we ran the play. You feel what I'm saying? And that tape, after I dropped that tape, it made me the hottest artist in my city, like straight up. Like I dropped that tape, that Welcome to Dolph, where it just took fire, just straight fire. My first show I did in Memphis after that tape. I dropped that tape, did my first show, got 5 bands.
Because of how big Young Dolph started getting in Memphis, he started working with Drummer Boy as well, and Drummer Boy would be the one that would introduce him to Gucci Mane. Gucci initially charged Young Dolph for a feature, but after the song ended up blowing up, he then invited Young Dolph to his studio in Atlanta to work with him and potentially sign him. Dolph didn't want to sign with Gucci Mane, but that didn't matter to Gucci at all. He took him under his wing and mentored him throughout all of his life. As Dolph's buzz kept increasing, Dolph kept flooding the streets with new music. And in 2011, he dropped 2 mixtapes. On May 7th, 2011, he dropped High Class Street Music. And this would be the first track that Dolph and Gucci Mane were officially on, called I'm Booked Up. And the reception for this track was, of course, amazing. Then Daddy-O and Dolph decided to make a business decision and change the name of Paper Route Entertainment to Paper Route Empire. So they kept flooding the streets with new music, and on November 8th, 2011, they dropped the follow-up High Class Street Music 2, Hustler's Paradise. And this project showed some unity between Memphis artists because Juicy J was featured on the track called I Think I'm Sprung, and it was the lead single off the project, and it did very well. He got the attention of every Memphis artist that had made it previously, and that included Yo Gotti. Without going into too much detail, their relationship ended up going sour as the years went on. I detail it in my documentary, Young Dolph versus Yo Gotti, What Really Happened. Check out that video if you want to know the details of why their relationship went sour. In 2012, Dolph kept releasing music, and on April 6, 2012, he dropped a new mixtape called A Time to Kill. Then on November 14, 2012, he dropped another mixtape called Blue Magic. This would be the first time Dolph and Future would be on the same track, as well as other artists. In 2013, Dolph did a collab mixtape with Gucci Mane called East Atlanta Memphis, and released this on March 16, 2013. Then on May 13, 2013, he dropped the third installment to his high-class street music called Trappin' Out the Mansion. And this would be the first time Dolph would get a taste of what going viral was like. The viral moment was thanks to the track Get This Money featuring 2 Chainz on the mixtape. And due to Vine at the time being super popular, there were 7-second clips of people dancing to his music. The one clip that blew up, that spread throughout the whole internet, was the white kid at a gas station dancing to the song. And this clip made him skyrocket to more mainstream success. So Dolph kept going and dropped another mixtape in 2013 on October 15th called South Memphis Kingpin. Then in 2014, Dolph would see his first success on the Billboard charts. On April 15th, 2014, he dropped a new mixtape called Cross Country Trappin'. And on this mixtape was a track called Preach, and this would be Dolph's highest successful record at that time. This would be the first Billboard entry of his career in terms of singles. It would be on the US main R&B and hip hop charts, and it peaked at number 24. This was a major success for Dolph and his team, considering they were independent with no major record label pushing them. Following that, he dropped the 4th installment to high-class street music called American Gangster on July 8th, 2014. Then in 2015, Dolph would see some major success even more on the Billboard charts, not only from his songs, but from features he did. He hit the ground running in 2015 immediately, and on February 24th, 2015, he dropped the 5th installment to his high-class street music mixtape series called The Plug's Best Friend. On this mixtape featured a track called Pulled Up featuring 2 Chainz, and this would be another track that would chart on Billboard main R&B and hip-hop charts at number 39, which was a great look for an independent artist. Then Dolph would appear on the biggest track of his career till this day. OT Genesis decided to drop a track called Cut It and had a Young Dolph as the featured artist on the track. This track ended up blowing up. It peaked at number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100, which would be Young Dolph's first appearance on the Hot 100. It peaked at number 3 on the US R&B and hip-hop charts, and then it went double platinum. And that wasn't the end of the features that had major success. He also appeared on Colonial Loud's California track, T.I., and this track ended up peaking at number 32 on the US R&B and hip-hop charts, and at number 8 on the US main R&B and hip-hop charts. Of course, with that success, he kept flooding the streets with new mixtapes, and a lot of them will be collab mixtapes. The first one would be June 30th, 2015, called Felix Brothers with Gucci Mane and Pee Wee Longway. Then just a couple weeks later, he dropped another collab mixtape. This one would be on July 15th, 2015, called Bagmen with Pee Wee Longway as well. Then a couple weeks later, on July 28th, 2015, he dropped his own solo mixtape, 16 Zips. Then just a month or two later, on October 8th, 2015, he dropped another mixtape called Shittin' on the Industry. And from this mixtape, there was a track called Get Paid that fans started loving a lot. And this track would end up becoming the first single off his debut album. The track ended up peaking at number 35 on the US main R&B and hip-hop tracks. But the track came with some controversy as 2 Duke University students in 2018 got fired for playing the song. Young Dolph noticed the news and immediately responded. In May 2018, at his Rolling Loud set, he flew out the 2 employees that got fired for bumping his Get Paid track and gave them each $10,000.
I know y'all familiar with the situation that happened at Duke University a couple of days ago, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they fired 2 workers from a coffee shop for bumping my shit in the store.
Hell no.
Matter of fact, I brought them out here and flew them out here with me, man.
Okay.
This is the kind of shit I do.
Real niggas do real shit. I see you, dog.
Know what I'm saying? So, keep in mind, this was a VP at Duke University that fired them. It worked for playing the song Get Paid. So check this out. This is what we gonna do. I know for a fact that VP at that school, he get money, but he ain't get money like Dolph. So look, check this out. Until y'all get y'all a new job, till y'all find y'all a new job, I got 20,000 for y'all right now.
Let's go! Roll around! Hang around Empire!
The publicity for this Get Paid track is what made this song so legendary. Dolph went on January 2016 on Instagram and announced that he had to go to court, and the judge ordered him to take this little kid in his custody for 24 hours. And the caption said his mom said he's been skipping school, stealing and shit. And what made this believable at that time was because Dolph was in court for drug charges. So a lot of people believed that this was real, but as the weeks went on and as the years went on, Dolph revealed that it was just something publicity for the song Get Paid. He posted another picture on Instagram and said on the caption, "Why this bad little motherfucker just tell me this house is cool, but let's go to the other one." Me, what other one? Him, your trap house, duh. Me, don't make me put this belt on your little ass. Everybody was laughing when he posted these pictures, and it worked well for the single. They even shot the music video with the kid in it.
That's the video. We shot the video. You know what I'm saying? I shot the video, and there was the whole storyline of the video. You know what I mean? So he did actually kick it with me and hung with me for like a day and a half, but it wasn't that right.
It wasn't court ordered.
Nah.
Because I was like, what kind of court?
I thought the court made you be a mentor.
Nah.
I think that was the premise of it. Like, because when I first seen it, I was like, nah, I know.
Well, that's a good ass video, because I believe it.
Finally, Dolph was ready to release his debut album, and on February 19th, 2016, he dropped his debut album, King of Memphis. The album ended up charting on the Billboard 200 for the first time in his career at number 49, and on the US rap charts at number 5. He also pushed another single off the album called Royalty, and this track peaked at number 33 on the US main R&B and hip hop charts. Even though the album did good, Young Dolph kept going when it comes to music and released a new collab mixtape with Big Dizzle and Dino Brown on May 27, 2016 called Bosses and Shooters. He continued the mixtape run in 2016, and on August 26th, he dropped Rich Crack Baby. This would be his first mixtape chart on the Billboard 200 charts, and it debuted at number 132. After having a successful year in 2016, 2017 was looking very promising, and Young Dolph decided to start that out with a bang. On February 2nd, 2017, Young Dolph dropped his final mixtape, Gelato, and on the last track of this mixtape, titled Play With Your Bitch, Dolph decided to take direct shots at Yo Gotti. This, of course, caused a huge stir, not only in the music industry, but also in the streets. Just 2 weeks after dropping that track, his own vehicle was the target of gunfire in Charlotte, North Carolina. He was set to perform at CIAA that night. When he pulled up with his SUV, it got shot at 100 times. And fortunately for Dolph and his team, the SUV was bulletproof, so none of them ended up getting hurt. That same night, Dolph performed on stage, and the first track he performed was the Yo Gotti dish song. Days after the shooting, Yo Gotti's artist Black Youngsta and 2 other men were arrested, but the charges were later dropped due to insufficient evidence. Dolph, being the smart businessman that he is, he decided to capitalize on this moment and dropped his second album titled Bulletproof April 1st, 2017. And the lead single off this album is titled 100 Shots, in which he addresses that incident. At this time in his career, it would be his highest charting song on the US R&B and hip hop charts at number 49, and would end up going gold. And when people saw the track list of this album, they thought Young Dolph was just joking around, but it's the real track list on the album, because the track list is a sentence about the incident. It starts out with 100 shots, the second track is Charlotte, Bulletproof, fuck them, that's how I feel, all of them, I'm so real, I pray for my enemies, I'm everything you want to be, SMH. This album ended up peaking at number 36 on the Billboard 200, which would also be his highest charting album at that time. With the album being the highest charting at that time of his career, it was definitely a smart move to use that incident as a marketable strategy for his second album. This also cemented him in hip-hop history as a legendary artist for having a crazy moment in hip-hop involving a major shooting and a major diss track. With the great success he's having, things would unfortunately get worse as the year went on. On September 27th, 2017, Dolph was outside the Lowe's Hollywood Hotel. He ended up getting into an altercation with two men. Those two men ended up firing 2 shots in his upper body. He was immediately rushed to the hospital after the incident, and it was reported he was in critical condition, but as time went on, they reported that he would eventually end up making it. The police immediately started questioning Yo Gotti due to the history of their beef that year. They caught up with 3 people that same day of the shooting, and one of them was an associate of Yo Gotti by the name of Corey McClendon. They ended up arresting him but released him without charges due to lack of evidence. A couple weeks went by and Dolph was officially released from the hospital after healing up. Immediately he announced his new album, Thinking Out Loud, and released it on October 20th, 2017. And on one of the tracks titled Believe Me, he actually shot a music video in the hospital while he was recovering. And this album would be his highest charting album at that time of his career. It debuted at number 16 on the Billboard 200, and because it debuted so high, the first week numbers actually registered on Hits Daily Double. The album ended up moving 23,487 copies the first week, which is a great look for Dolph considering he was independent. Labels knew that Young Dolph was independent, so they all kept reaching out to try to sign Young Dolph to their label. Because of the massive success in 2017, the labels tried to sign him in 2018. Young Dolph revealed that he got offered a $22 million record deal, but decided to decline it. Dolph knew what his potential was and what his record label's potential was, so that's why he ultimately ended up declining it, because he knew he could make that $22 million within the next year or two. This was a massive step in his growth, because just years ago, they only offered him $3.2 million. To jump from $3.2 million to $22 million showed that Dolph had grown massively commercially, and in 2018 he proved that even further.
The most money I done turned down was 3.2 million. I done turned down the 3.2. The whole thing, it really was like a label deal, but it's like I just didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I see something bigger. You know what I mean? Like, not saying it wouldn't have been a good opportunity, but it's like, man, I don't feel like I gotta go there. It just, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of people, they can't see what I see, bro, because they ain't in my position. Right. I figured that out too. I had to figure it out along the way. Like, a lot of people, they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna see what I see. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, look at what I'm at right now. Look what I've done so far. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ain't nobody was willing to sacrifice, like, holding out to get to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at in their career, you know what I'm saying? Before they be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, let me sign this, and do that, do this and this. I just got another vision for it, you know what I mean? And it's like strictly 100% ownership, you know what I mean? Your decision is everything, you know what I mean? It's like one wrong decision, it can lead to like, just, like, you know, it can lead to so much, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so, like, this is my whole thing, this is my philosophy.
Dolph stuck to the formula and kept dropping new music. On February 16th, 2018, he dropped a new EP called People Get Shot Every Day. This EP ended up reaching number 59 on the Billboard 200. Dolph then started gearing up to drop his 4th studio album. And on September 21st, 2018, he dropped his 4th album, Role Model. The album would become his highest charting album to date at that time, at number 15 on the Billboard 200 and at number 9 on the US Rap Album chart. The album also was the best first week selling of his career at that time, with 31,000 copies sold. The lead single off this album also was his biggest charting song as a lead artist at that time as well. The single was called Major featuring Key Glock, and it ended up peaking at number 47 on the US R&B and hip hop charts. And what helped the song perform really well was Dolph announcing a challenge for the single called That's Major Challenge. He said, I'm about to give away a camouflage Hellcat Challenger to whoever makes the best video to the song Major. You can flex the song, do a skit to the song, dance to the song, etc. It doesn't matter what you do, it's your choice. You must hashtag That's Major Challenge to enter. Dolph ultimately ended up picking a winner, and he brought the winner out to meet him. He ended up offering him the Hellcat car or $30,000 in cash. The winner chose the $30,000.
What's up, bro? Yo. What's happening, bro? What's going on, man? Alright, that's on the guy. Hold on. Congratulations, first of all, bro. You deserve it. Like, you deserve it, like, for real. Putting that energy out here, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you gonna go good places, but just keep that same energy you got. That's what I like more than anything, bro, your energy. You know what I'm saying? You can have all this plus more, you know what I mean? Next year.
I still feel like I'm dreaming.
You feel like you're dreaming. 30 reps for you, too. They going for 30, bro.
Yeah, I know about 30 racks a day, but like, nothing like this, all in cash.
It's yours now.
One of the smartest things Dolph did for having the biggest song of his career at that moment was include his own artist, Keegalok. What this did for Keegalok was catapult his own career so he could start building his own empire. Then in 2019, Dolph decided to do a collab project with his own artist, Keegalok, to grow him even further. And on July 26, 2019, they dropped the collab album Dumb and Dumber. This would be the biggest project from Dolph's career at this moment. It ended up peaking at number 8 on the Billboard 200 and number 4 on the US rap album charts. This collab album was Dolph's best first week sales to date, with 36,000 copies sold. Based off the performance of this collab album, it was very clear that young Dolph and Keegalok had great chemistry. As 2020 came, a lot of people let the pandemic slow them down, but for Dolph, he started gearing up to drop his 5th solo studio album. And on the first week of August 2020, Dolph announced that he would be giving away his blue and tangerine colored Lamborghini Aventador to any fan who purchased something off his website. Well, fortunately, someone won, and young Dolph pulled up to her to deliver the Lamborghini personally. With that great promo, Dolph dropped his 5th solo studio album, Rich Slave, on August 14th, 2020. The album became his highest charting album to date. It debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart, making it his first top 5 album on the charts, and sold 65,000 copies within the first week. It also went number 3 on the US rap album charts. The lead single, R&B with Megan Thee Stallion, was also his highest charting single to date, at number 46 on the US R&B and hip hop, and at number 5 on the US main R&B and hip hop, and ended up going gold. As 2021 came, young Dolph shifted his focus on his artists on Paper Route Empire, because that whole year he just dropped collab albums with his artists. The first one was the follow-up to Dumb and Dumber, with Dumb and Dumber 2 with Keegalok on March 26th, 2021. This project debuted at number 8 on the Billboard 200 and sold roughly 36,000 copies in the first week. Dolph kept the focus on his artists. A couple months later, he dropped his first Paper Route Empire compilation album called Paper Route Illuminati. This project dropped on July 30th, 2021 and debuted at number 22 on the Billboard 200 and sold nearly 20,000 copies the first week. Things were going perfectly for young Dolph and his record label, as each artist and Dolph himself were rising to new heights of fame and success. But on November 17th, 2021, things would change forever. That week of November 17th, Dolph came back to Memphis to give back to his community. That week, he was scheduled to give out turkeys to the Memphis community on November 19th, which would be a Friday. On November 15th, 2021, he ended up visiting a West Cancer Clinic near Memphis. He went there to show love to the staff for taking care of cancer patients, because a lot of his family members went through that center that were dealing with cancer. He even took photos with the staff, signed autographs, and even did an interview. But little did we know that would be the last Young Dolph interview ever exist.
I decided to visit the Breast Cancer Center clinic today just to show my appreciation for, like, over the years. I had several family members to come through here and been patients of this clinic, so I just really wanted to show up and show them my support, show them my like how thankful I am just for them being them. I got a aunt, my aunt, she's currently here. Like, she has cancer, my grandmother had cancer, my uncle had cancer, and they all came through these doors. And I just wanted to show up and just really thank them for what they do, because it ain't an easy job. Like, it's kind of hard, you know what I mean? Just seeing people in those conditions. Like, some people be more down than others. Some be all right. It's really just be all about timing. Like, even the ones that be all right, it's like they only last for so long, but they do a hell of a job. And I just want to come and congratulate them, let them know like they appreciate it.
That week on Wednesday, November 17th, Dolph was out and about in Memphis getting ready to shoot a music video with his artist, Snooping. He was driving around in his Camo wrapped Corvette and decided to stop by his local favorite cookie spot, Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies. This was around 12:20 p.m.
So we'll have to do
While
one more
in there, a white Mercedes pulls up at the exact same location. Two men masked with hoodies on pull out guns and start shooting at the shop. Police arrived roughly 8 minutes after the incident at 12:30, and police immediately report that Young Dolph has died on the scene. Dolph was only 36 years old, and the news spread like wildfire. Immediately, the internet started pointing fingers at Dolph's enemies, such as Yo Gotti and the rest of his record label, Cocaine Music. Because of the fear of retaliation, police even ended up protecting Yo Gotti's restaurant out in Memphis. People even started pointing the finger towards Soulja Boy because days prior, Dolph took to Instagram and said, "How the fuck am I an independent artist getting 100,000 plus for the show?
Sucking, it's not doing nothing to the bear.
Ice than you and your
The hell?
CEO." Soulja Boy ended up calling that big cap, saying that Young Dolph
I think it's a little dangerous to do so at this moment.
and that Soulja Boy
And I need
instead
ready.
is the biggest independent artist. So people assumed Soulja Boy and Young Dolph had beef. So when Young Dolph passed away, immediately people thought Soulja Boy had something to do with it because of the recent disagreements. However, for the first time ever, Soulja Boy's manager, Miami Mike, came on my podcast, the Diverse Mentality Podcast, and broke down the story of Dolph, Soulja Boy, and what exactly happened behind the scenes. He revealed to me exclusively that Dolph and Soulja Boy were actually supposed to meet that upcoming Saturday, where Soulja Boy was scheduled to perform in Memphis. Young Dolph knew that Soulja Boy was trolling, so he wanted to show love when Soulja Boy came in Memphis.
The Dolph situation, man, that shit hurt me so bad, bro. That's only 2 days before he got killed. We was actually going to bring him out. Into was going to bring him out on the stage in Memphis. But by Dolph getting killed, to me, the shooters used Soulja as an alibi. Whoever trying to kill Dolph, then like he's been shot 2 times before.
Yeah.
I shot at. They was trying to. They just gonna try to use. To me, they were just trying to use it. It's a Soulja talking shit. We gonna get Dolph now. That's how I'm looking at it. Yeah. And like Soulja did it. We gonna be in the clear. That's what I'm thinking because he had nothing to do with it. He really didn't. And people's mad at him because he said, because they took him out the tour. He was mad because he really didn't have nothing to do with it. He's like, man, why they take me out the tour? I ain't had that. Somebody got killed. Ain't got nothing to do with me. And niggas probably in the streets in Memphis was getting mad at him for being disrespectful, but not just about the paper route stuff. Because Dolph, the shit was really cleared up. That's like I said, it's on Dolph.
Yeah, he showed me
text. He got killed. Yeah. I saw him at. I saw him at. Starbucks in downtown Memphis. I had just got off tour.
Immediately after Dolph's death, the Memphis community started showing an outpouring love and support to Dolph around Makita's homemade cookies. Young Dolph had planned on Friday, November 19th to go out to the community and give out Thanksgiving turkeys. Unfortunately, Dolph never got the chance to do that, but his friends and family still went out there and handed out turkeys. The following day, on November 20th, the police found the white Mercedes-Benz, the same one that was used by the 2 gunmen to kill Young Dolph, at an abandoned house. That same house was used for a music video by an artist by the name of Straight Drop. He dropped a music video called Going Straight In. And in that music video, he's using the exact same house that white Mercedes-Benz was at. And that's what slowly started helping the police put the pieces together. About a week and a half went by, and on November 30th, Young Dolph was officially laid to rest. A couple weeks later,
trying to get
on December
PSG started, but it's like
Young Dolph's family and friends had an event called Celebration of Life, where they talk about all the great things that Young Dolph did and all the people he impacted.
Hello everybody, my name is Adolph Robert Thornton III, and I am just happy to be here.
See, like in the round,
because
he's
my
glitching every time I
dad
hit
was
it.
the person who raced me, and he won, and he trained me to be a good man when I grow up. First, when I was younger, I used to love playing, and he was the only thing I could think about. But now since he had death, now I'm gonna make it up to the whole world, and I'm gonna be the greatest person you will ever know.
Roughly 3 weeks later, the police did their investigation and ended up arresting 3 men in connection with the shooting of Young Dolph. Those 3 men were Justin Johnson, who is that straight drop rapper, Shondale Barnett, and Cornelius Smith. All 3 of them were trying to escape the city of Tennessee. They were caught in various different areas. All 3 men are possibly facing life sentences if convicted. Since his passing, there have been a lot of stories about how Young Dolph impacted people and what kind of moves he made in the business world. One of his business partners mentioned that Young Dolph bought properties like crazy and owned over 100 properties. He said in the Instagram post on the caption, "Damn, Young Dolph rarely raps about his real estate portfolio, but he owned over 100 properties in Memphis, but also purchased a foreclosure for his children every year for their birthdays. I admired this about him and even challenged him to rap more about this side of his hustle. Streets don't love nobody. That's why it's important to provide alternatives to the streets every chance we get. Always remember that. Rest easy." Miami Mike also revealed on my podcast that Young Dolph was getting real money. Not only did he own a bunch of properties, he also would turn down loans worth roughly $100 million. That's how much money Young Dolph was getting that nobody really knew.
I had Dolph a deal to get like $100 million, and he turned it down. This ain't got nothing to do with no labor deal. The bank, I told you, the Rockefeller and Ford found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, turned it down. We was on the phone talking to him. He had turned it down.
What this shows is to not always go after the money. Believe in yourself and build your brand until you feel like you're worth what you're actually worth. Young Dolph over the years went from being offered $3 million from a record label to being offered $22 million to now being offered $100 million, and he still declined all of those because he believes in himself and his team that much. There were countless stories of Young Dolph giving back to his community every chance that he could, from friends and family. One of his friends even revealed that Dolph would stop by basketball courts in Memphis where kids were playing and would purposely lose basketball games just to give money to kids. With that being said, Young Dolph's legacy will forever live on. Memphis even named a street after Young Dolph. What he did in the short time that he was alive impacted millions and motivated millions. What he did in that little area of Castalia and Memphis will forever live on in history books hundreds of years from now.
Yeah.
What he did in that short time that he was here, 99% of people didn't accomplish. On top of that, he did it his own way in his own time with his own morals. Through him owning 100% of his music, his family will forever be able to benefit from that for generations to come. And not many artists can say they owned 100% of the product that they delivered. By giving back, he put a lot of people in position to keep his name alive. For example, his artist just released a compilation album called Long Live Dolph that you can listen to right now. And one way to really support Young Dolph and his family is to simply stream his music. That's the easiest way. He actually owns his music, so all the money goes to his family. Dolph has built a lot with his Paper Route Empire label and has signed a lot of dope artists. One of my favorite artists is Key Glock. He is Dolph's cousin and he dropped a lot of music under the Paper Route Empire label. One of my favorite projects from him is called Yellow Tape, and my favorite track off that tape is called
Something
Dope.
real
Go
good.
ahead and check it out. He is my favorite artist from the label, and I feel like he's going to blow up and keep the Paper Route Empire label going. And shout out to my friend Vegan for showing me this track. You guys can check out his YouTube channel at VeganNC. With that being said, rest in peace, Young Dolph. Long live Flipper.
Pretty solid
I had
documentary.
too much time invested in this, too much of my money invested in this. You know what I mean? So something can happen to Young Dolph tomorrow. My boys will still be able to eat off of Paper Route Empire Presents. You know what I mean? Like, my whole thing.
That sounds interesting.
Now let's talk some hip hop shit, man. I want to
Yeah.
talk to Puff right now.
Yes, yes.
Now it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah. Check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we not even gonna go there. With all due respect.
With all due respect.
Because you got Tupac here.
Put some respect on my name.
We gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Now when I came, fuck Biggie, fuck Bad Boy as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew. If you wanna be down with Bad Boy, then fuck. Come on, you bring it. All you motherfuckers.
Do you think that people really know you?
No, people don't really know me, and that's
So
by
what is
design.
it- Who is this person, the Sean Combs, that we don't know?
We have yet to find out. You have to come along for the ride.
Why you sound so fruity?
You gotta see this movie all the way through, baby. Believe me, I got an action-packed ending for you.
With me, I drop $1 million on your head. Race you and your whole family.
What up, guys? It's your boy Quake. If you want to see this Diddy $1 million hit documentary uncut and ad-free, it is available on my Patreon at patreon.com/diverse mentality. The link is in the description below. All my documentaries are available on there, uncut and ad-free. Also, leave a like on this video as it helps us out a lot. Thank you. The story of Tupac's death has been one of many conspiracy theories, and this story I'm about to deep dive into is one of the most major ones that has been brought back to light after KPD got arrested for the murder of Tupac back on September 7th, 1996. Rewinding back to that night, there are many different sides of the story and many different theories. The questions this documentary is going to try to answer is why did Tupac get killed that night and who put the battery in KPD's back to do it? Enter Sean Puff Daddy Combs, or better known in today's world as Diddy. Diddy in 1993 formed the label Bad Boy Records, with one of the first signees being Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie. Tupac at this time in 1993 had released his second studio album under the TNT Interscope Records label. He had begun to slowly become a household name. Tupac and Biggie in 1993 eventually became friends, frequently being seen together on stage and at events, even freestyling together. However, things changed quickly in 1994. On November 30th, 1994, Tupac was shot 5 times while coming to Quad Studios in NYC for a recording session. There is much speculation on what happened that night, and rumors of being set up by people started. None of the rumors mattered because in Tupac's eyes, it was Biggie that set him up. That in turn forever changed the relationship between Biggie and Tupac, thus causing the war between East Coast and West Coast to begin. After the shooting, Tupac was facing prison time for a sexual assault case and had to turn himself in, which he did on December 23rd, 1994. While Tupac was locked up, he said he kept hearing in interviews that Biggie was wishing him well, but he felt that if he really wished him well, he would visit him. He felt Biggie was lying to the public about wanting to see him free. And Tupac felt like this about a lot of East Coast artists that said in interviews they wanted him free, but never took the time to visit him while he was in prison. Then in January of 1995, there were rumblings about a song Biggie had recorded called Who Shot Ya. The song was making its way towards mixtape DJs and was eventually released. Diddy maintains that the song was recorded before Biggie's debut album Ready to Die, which was released on September 13th, 1994. That would mean it was before Tupac's
should have this
shooting
Camo
incident
soon.
at Quad Studios. The song was meant to be on Biggie's album, but ultimately was removed because of Diddy. Despite Diddy removing the song, many speculate that Diddy wanted the song to get released after Tupac was shot to taunt him and potentially fuel the battle between Tupac and Biggie. There is much speculation on if the song was a diss towards Tupac, but in Tupac's eyes, it was a diss and a taunt towards him because he was locked up and didn't have the freedom to respond. Pac felt like he was getting antagonized, and the timing of the release never sat well with Tupac. Tupac and Biggie already had their own issues because of that shooting, but now the CEOs of each one's labels would end up having issues as well. Suge Knight and Diddy had issues prior to all of this, and the story behind the issues between Suge and Diddy go back to when Diddy's friend Wolf killed Big Jake in Atlanta nightclub. Mob James and Diddy's former bodyguard Team Deal have refuted those stories and have said that Suge and Diddy's issues stem from something way earlier.
This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the global men's lifestyle brand that is revolutionizing the landscape of men's grooming. When you got the confidence of over 10 million men worldwide, it's
only when you don't need them.
Manscaped has mastered the art
of
producing
superior
men's grooming and hygiene tools for your family jewels. Once again, they're at the forefront, showing their ongoing dominance in providing top-notch quality and unmatched value as we jump into their latest grooming and hygiene bundle. This is the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra electric trimmer. With the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, they've taken grooming precision to a whole new level with their next-gen dual safe-skin blade heads, now accompanied by an upgraded trimmer blade and interchangeable foil blade for enhanced performance. First, the upgraded trimmer blade features longer, widened, and rounded teeth that cut through hair with ease. Tough on hair, but yet incredibly gentle on skin. It's a precision powerhouse. But here comes the real showstopper, the foil blade. This foil blade is designed to leave you with the finish that's irresistibly sleek and utterly bare. Not only does it leave your skin smooth and soft, but it moves across your skin softly, snatching even the finest hairs. Now you're probably thinking, how does this dual blade system really stack up? Let's break it down. Start your trimming session using the trimmer blade, then easily pop it off and attach the foil blade to get down to the skin level.
What the fuck
it's
is
like
happening?
getting your hands on two trimmers but only paying
What
for
the fuck
one.
is happening?
A definite win for anyone's playbook. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra also has a bigger LED light and introduces a dual temperature feature, thoughtfully engineered to embrace and flatter multiple skin tones. Those hard to reach areas, consider them perfectly lit and ready for
dying or
close-up.
what.
And if you're part of the OG Manscaped family, this trimmer is a tribute to the classics, upholding the same features that we all come to love.
I don't know what the fuck happened there. I just plugged it in. I think it was dying.
RPM technology for top-notch performance, a travel lock for seamless portability, USB-C charging, a comprehensive 3-level battery life indicator, and the best part, it's still waterproof. And if you're looking to level up your grooming game, the Performance 5.0 Ultra package has the Weed Whacker 2.0 for ear and nose hair. It's waterproof, poreless, and rechargeable. And guess what? Built safe skin technology. This bad boy is designed to tackle those nose and ear hairs with ease. And you can elevate your self-care routine with a crop soother and crop preserver. This dynamic pair is perfectly crafted to keep you feeling cool and comfortable from morning to night. And I love the crop soother and crop preserver the most because I've gotten insane compliments from women down there when we get to do the fun stuff. Not even joking, it is ridiculous the difference that if you use this versus not using it, it's helped me out a lot. And the most beautiful thing about this Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is you get 3 gifts. The first one is the Boxers 2.0. These are not your regular boxers. They're designed for ultimate comfort, style, and come with a jewel pouch. You can deliver those 2 bad boys in to cool off. Manscaped also threw in their Shed 2.0. It's like your grooming command center, a place to keep all your grooming gear organized and ready to roll. So join the 10 million men worldwide who've put their confidence in Manscaped for all things grooming and hygiene. Head over to manscaped.com and get the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra today. When you use my promo code DIVERSE, you get 20% off plus free international shipping plus 2 free gifts. That's 20% off plus 2 free gifts plus free shipping. Diverse at manscaped.com. Trust me, fellas, your balls will thank you. forward to August 3rd, 1995 at the Source Awards, and Suge Knight calls out Diddy and Bad Boy.
Like to tell Tupac, keep his guards up, we ride with him.
I should have his Boston camo. I need freaking back in. I feel like.
And one other thing I like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Diddy speaks on the incident during his Drink Champs interview in 2016. He said after the award show, they all attended an after party in the tunnel, and this is where he approached Suge about what he said that night. Diddy claims when he asked Suge, he said he was talking about Jermaine Dupri.
Now, Diddy, that famous Source Award speech where Suge got up there and he said, dancing all in the videos and all that. Did you thought that was you immediately, or it had to hit you later?
I really couldn't believe it because homeboy, me and him were friends. You know, I really had thought we were cool, you know what I'm saying? Right. Cool acquaintances, you know what I'm saying? Just being respectful from people coming into other cities and stuff. And so when he had said, I was like, whoa, I definitely feel where that's coming from. I know that what? Are they crazy? I was like, wow. And I was like, you know, I could blow this thing up right now, you know? So to make a long story short, you know, this is where the after party's at, of course, at the world famous tunnel. Right. And so then when I ran up and I asked him, and he said, nah, I was talking about Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri then appeared on Drink Champs in 2017 and denied that Suge was talking about him because they were really good friends at that time.
That when he said at the Source Awards, he was talking about me. Right.
Yeah, that.
Well,
which side do you think is a little?
Come on, man, y'all know better than that. That's not. I mean, we was there. I was there. Me having beef with Death Row never was like that. Wasn't even. Suge was in my office. Right. Coming to Atlanta, kicking it, like hanging out at my office.
And to this day, there is still confusion as to why Suge Knight said that during the Source Awards. Some people speculate it was because Suge Knight was envious of Diddy and Bad Boy Records because they were winning all the awards. So in order to regain some control that night, he disrespected Diddy. Then on August 13th, 1995, Biggie and Diddy have their performance at the Summer Jam show in Irvine, California. This is where Keefe D says he watched Biggie and Diddy perform, and Suge Knight was there watching them. Keefe says he noticed Suge was getting jealous of them.
They had a Summer Jam, and it was at Irvine Meadows. We went up there where they had a little revolving stage. So we was up there, we had on our little cowboy shit, jamming with him. So the sage went around, he did his little 3 songs, we went around. Suge was waiting over there on the side over there. You know what I'm saying? So we like, keep it easy. Ain't way I know you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I seen him getting jealous of them dudes then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The jealousy theory makes sense to a certain extent because the shooting of Suge Knight's friend Big Jake happened 1 month after the Source Awards. So what was the real reason Suge Knight called out Diddy? It wasn't because of the shooting, because it didn't happen yet. Following that Summer Jam event, roughly a month later on September 23rd, 1995, Jermaine Dupri throws a birthday party in Atlanta and invites all of his celebrity friends. Both Suge Knight and Diddy were invited. At the Jermaine Dupri party, it was relatively civil. However, at the after party is where things took a turn for the worst and forever changed the course of Tupac and Biggie's fate. Suge Knight arrived at the Platinum House nightclub with only one person, his friend Big Jake. Big Jake is an OG blood who recently got released from prison, but then got hired by Suge Knight and Death Row to be a promoter. According to Goody Mob's Big Yip, who was there that night, Suge Knight was acting very aggressive towards lots of people and even smacking a few individuals. The story of what happened that night gets intertwined with lots of different points of view. The parts that are consistent with everyone that was there is that Suge Knight and Diddy got into an argument. Diddy at this time was surrounded by a lot of street guys, namely Crips. One of the main leaders was Anthony Wolf Jones, who was known to be Diddy's right-hand man and was willing to go to any lengths to protect Diddy. Because of that, things got out of hand quickly when the two camps argued. An off-duty Fulton County deputy sheriff by the name of Chris Howard, who was working security that night, revealed details of what happened, and in an interview with New York Times, the article said this: "The killing was witnessed by Chris Howard, an off-duty Fulton County deputy sheriff who was working security at the Platinum." In his statement to police that night, Howard said the shooting stemmed from an argument during the party involving individuals associated with Death Row and Bad Boy, including Suge Knight and Sean Combs. At one point, the verbal dispute apparently got so heated that Howard had to step in and break it up. Following a second flare-up involving Robbles and Jones, Robbles is Big Jake, Suge Knight's homie, and Jones is Anthony Wolf Jones, Diddy's security. Howard said he told Combs and Knight and their associates to leave the club. To avoid a clash, Howard said he asked Suge Knight to wait inside the club while he escorted Sean Combs and his crew out of the building. Checking the entrance to the club to make sure that Combs and his associates had left, Howard then turned to Suge Knight and Big Jake and said, "I told Suge, okay, coast is clear," and we walked outside and he got into the limo. Howard told the Times in an interview his partner was just about ready to get into the limo when all of a sudden Diddy's guys came from around the corner and one of them had a "I chased the guy with the gun around the corner," Howard said. He handed the gun off to another guy. It was a .45, and by the time I back out front, that's when the guy took a shot at Suge's partner. He shot him 2 or 3 times. Howard said he had drawn his weapon but couldn't fire because a crowd had gathered outside the club. He said he saw the shooter jump into a car carrying Diddy's associates. "I couldn't see who was driving, but all the guys who were with Puffy ran to the car when the shooting took place," Howard said. Then the shooter jumped in and they drove off. Howard then telephoned police for help, but by the time officers arrived 15 minutes later, the killer had escaped and the shooter's weapon was never recovered. Robbles, aka Big Jake, died a few weeks after the shooting in an Atlanta hospital. There was a lot of speculation that night of who actually shot Big Jake, but according to Jermaine Dupri, he said it was Wolf, and lots of other people believe the same. Diddy that night also reportedly made it clear with Suge that he didn't have control over what happened to his friend and was sorry for the shooting. The murder of Suge Knight's friend is what officially turned a competition in hip-hop into a full-blown beef. With Big Jake being an OG blood that got killed by Diddy's crew of Crips, things escalated quickly into war. Within 1 year, multiple people would end up getting killed, even the superstar of Death Row, Tupac. Fast forward, on October 12, 1995, Tupac was officially released on bond at the price of $1.4 million, paid for by Suge Knight. In exchange for that release, Tupac officially signed with Suge Knight's Death Row Records. With tensions rising and Tupac officially out, this is where Keefy D comes into the picture. He was a part of the Southside Crips who moved a lot of drugs in the 80s and 90s. Keefy D had made a connection with a guy named Eric Von Zip, who was a big drug dealer in New York. Zip had traveled to the West Coast often to have fun and had met Keefy D at a baseball game in 1990. Through that, they built a drug trafficking relationship. Keefy D would send Zip drugs to move out in New York. Eric Von Zip already had a relationship with Diddy, so it was only a matter of time with all the stuff happening with Suge Knight and Tupac that he would introduce Diddy to Keefy D. Keefy details the first time he met Diddy through Zip in his book, Compton Street Legend. Zip is the one who introduced me to Sean Puffy Combs back in 1991 or 1992. The two were very close friends. I met a few people from New York through Zip. About a year after our initial meeting, Zip came out to the West Coast and invited a few of us to a party they were having for Puffy at the El Rey Theater. At the time, Puffy was the talent director at Uptown Records, working with Jodeci and Mary J. Blige. About 8 or 9 of us took Zip up on his invitation and went to the party at the El Rey Theater with him. Zip was on the guest list, so he led us into the VIP section. That night, we met the Little Green Eyes from Houdini and Busta Rhymes. Zip brought us over to where Puffy was and made the introduction. "These are my folks." We shook hands and that was it. I could tell the guy Puffy had a little swag, but he was like a young kid to me. Back then, Puffy was broke, relatively speaking, because his music industry career was just getting started. I was the one with the bigger paper back then. From there, Keefe D and Diddy started running into each other a lot more often.
I gotta see where I'm
and they
at
started
here,
becoming closer, so much so that Keefe lent Diddy his 64 Chevy in 1994 when Diddy was getting ready to shoot a music video for Usher's Can You Get With It. As Keefe and Diddy's relationship got stronger over the years and tensions were rising with Suge, Diddy finally felt comfortable enough to ask Keefe D for security. Fast forward on October 15th, 1995, Diddy, for the first time since the murder of Suge Knight's friend in Atlanta, arrived in Los Angeles.
What?
According to Keefe D, he had called him and asked if it was okay to perform out there. He was scared of retaliation from Suge Knight and the Bloods. Keefe D says he was so worried that he even hired former Navy SEALs to protect him
was just
while
an
he was
entire
out there.
waste
After that Big Jake stuff, I guess he knew that Zip knew me, and he called and he said, "How you feel about me going to concerts out there?" I'm like, "What's gonna happen?" He like, "Man, I'm scared of the big boy." I mean, you know, he didn't say it in that type of words, but he like the big CEO guy. You know what I'm saying? The first time we went to the concert, it was in San Diego.
44.
And this
I'm
kid had
got it.
Navy SEALs in the next room. It looked like the FBI with earpieces and everything.
Shadow Rift.
Like, damn. And that tripped me out.
I
Like,
feel pretty active. Hopefully out in work. He wasn't working on
nothing.
nothing.
Be safe. Like, boy, yeah, he was scared.
But I ain't got much left.
Yeah, kind of scared. After that, I guess that shit in Atlanta.
Diddy would often travel with Zip when he would be out in Los Angeles. Sometimes, if Zip couldn't be there, Keefe D would be around to make sure things went smooth when he was in LA. Tupac, after being released from prison, immediately hit the studio to record his upcoming album, All Eyes on Me. And on October 31st, 1995,